A blessed day to all of you, my dear students. So today, we are going to discuss again another lesson in Mathematics 9. So we are now on lesson number 16. So what are we going to discuss for today? So lesson number 16 will focus on discussing transforming vertex form to general form of the quadratic function. So we haven't discussed it yet. So we know already on how to transform general form to vertex form. So now let us discuss from vertex form this time. We are going to transform it into general form of the quadratic function. And aside from that, we are also going to discuss deriving quadratic function by table of values or based on table of values. This is just a continuation of the lesson we discussed about deriving quadratic function. Because here, what if your given table of values does not involve the value of x which is equal to 0? So what are we going to do if that is the case? So that's what we are going to find out in this lesson. So even though we are discussing two lessons here, but these two lessons are just very short lessons that we can easily understand once we know already on how to do it with the given problem with involving these topics. So how are we going to do that? So how are we going to transform vertex form to general form? At the same time, how are we going to derive the equation of the quadratic function with the given table of values? So in order for us to do that, of course, just like any other topics that we discussed, we are also going to apply certain steps to it. Of course, in order for us to have a guide uh, in solving for a given problem, it would be better or it would be best if if we are going to follow certain patterns for us uh, to do it. So ano nga ba yung steps na i-apply natin for today? So, these steps that we are going to apply on today's lesson, ito yung pinagsama na yung lesson natin for today. Since we are discussing two lessons, yung steps natin for today, magkasama na doon sa steps natin. Yung dalawang lessons na yun. So, ano nga ba yung steps natin for today's lessons? So, steps natin, still will hide it through an acronym, and that is what we call, tatawagin pa rin natin through, in a certain word na droga. Droga. Ito yung pang-apat na vices na i-discuss natin. So, among the four including the alak, the sugal, the yosi, yung pang-apat yung pinakamatindi. Matatawag kong pinakamatindi. So, as much as possible at the start pa lang, sasabihin ko na agad sa inyo, do not try drugs. So, do not attempt to even try drugs. So even if dumating sa point na matempt ka on yung time about drugs, don't ever don't ever attempt to try it. Kasi when you are taking drugs, ang pinakasinisira niya yung utak mo. So kapag nalulung ka, kapag na-addict ka dun sa tinatawag na drugs, iba na yung magiging pag-iisip mo. So, matatawag kong pinapatindi dun sa lahat ng mga vices na diniscuss natin kasi pag nawala ka na sa sarili mo, you might end up of losing your life or you might end up of ruining your life. So, ganun yung mangyayari when you get addicted to drugs. Or gusto mo bang matokhang? Diba, usok-uso yan ngayon na pag, even if you are a user or pusher, matindi pa rin yung pagkakasala mo sa mata ng batas. Kasi you know that drugs is prohibited in our country. So, you don't have to try it. Hindi mo kailangang i-try. So, since alam mong masama, katulad ng mga vices na discuss natin, at the start pa lang, kung alam mong masama yung isang bagay, why do you think na kailangan mo siyang i-try? Diba? Sabi nga natin, since you are old enough, you know already what you are doing. So, ibig sabihin, kung alam mong masama yung pagda-drugs, ibig sabihin, hindi mo siya gagawin. So, kung matino ang pag-iisip mo, alam mo na taking drugs is not a good idea. So, as much as possible, do not try any of the vices that we have discussed. Mga binigay nating vices, yung yosi, alak, sugal, and most especially yung droga. So, if you want to have a better life in the future, so avoid those vices. So, may mga iba't iba pang vices tayo may encounter. Yun nga lang, katulad ng sinabi natin, if you are a strong-willed person, I don't think na when you encounter that vices that we are mentioning, I don't think matitempt ka to try it. So it's just a matter of the mindset that you have. Kung ang mindset mo is not to try it, then stick to it. So even if you are being pushed by your friends to try it, so as long as yung mindset mo is for you not to try it, then yung mga kaibigan mo, walang magagawa kahit anong gawin nila. Basta, focus first on your studies, focus first on the things that you need to do for you to come up with a better life in the future. So, doon ka mag-focus. Kasi, pag ginawa mo yung mga vices ng mga vices na yan, na bata ka pa lang, so I don't think papunta ka doon sa gusto mong marating sa buhay mo. So, lahat ng yan, nandito yan para ma-encounter natin. But it's on the person itself kung tatry niya ba yan o hindi. Kaya katulad ng inuulit-ulit natin kanina, it's just a matter of your mindset. Kung mindset mo is not, then you don't have to try it. Hindi naman kailangan. Katulad sinasabi natin sa mga nakaraan pa, na ang always iisipin mo, what will be your future if you are not going to try those vices. So, then isipin mo na di ba? You are just going to think of the future. So, katulad sinasabi natin, if you want to come up with a better future, so do not try any of these vices. Lalong-lalo na yung drugs. So, ayan yung pinakamatindi sa lahat. So, kasi ang sinisira ng drugs ay yung utak natin. So, mas nasira yung utak ng isang tao or naanuhan na siya ng drugs. So, ang tendency, iba na yung mga naiisip niya. So, yun na yung gagawa siya ng mga krimen na even though labag sa kalooban niya, pero hindi na niya ma-stop yung ginagawa niya. It's because that person already is what we call addict or addicted to that what we call drugs. So, ayun yung iiwasan natin. Ayun yung dapat nating tatandaan o isa-isip natin na masama yung pagtitake ng drugs or masama yung kahit anong vices na pwede natin ma-encounter sa buhay natin. So, habang bata ka, since alam mo na mali yung mga binanggit nating vices or makakasira sa iyo bilang isang tao yung mga vices na minention natin. So as early as now, so yung mindset mo dapat iset mo na siya na when time comes na ma-encounter mo yung mga vices na yun, so iiwasan mo siya. So iset mo siya na iiwasan mo siya na ang iniisip mo is yung mangyayari sa iyo in the future kapag ginawa mo yan. And ano din yung mangyayari sa iyo in the future kapag hindi mo yan ginawa. So it's just again a matter of your mindset or a matter of how you deal with that certain vices na minention natin. So again, my stand is do not try any of the vices that we have mentioned. So ito na yung pinaka pang-apat do sa vices na yon. So ito na rin yung huli do sa mga vices na i-discuss natin. So hopefully, uh, nabigyan ko kayo ng paalala na iwasan yung kahit anong vices na discuss natin. So that when you grow old and when you do have your own family, so maisasalin nyo rin sa kanila na yung mga paalalang ibinigay ko sa inyo nung nag-aaral ka pa. So that is the message of the steps that we call droga. Ano nga ba yung droga niya? So unahin natin yung steps natin for us to transform from vertex form of the quadratic function to the general form of it. So alam natin that the vertex form of the quadratic function is in the form y is equal to a times the quantity x minus h quantity squared plus k, and you are going to transform it into the general form, which is in the form y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. So what are we going to do to transform that vertex form to general form? So let's start with the first step. So D stands for do square a binomial. In a vertex form of the quadratic function, we do have there what we call square of binomial. That binomial inside the parenthesis separated ay raised to the second power. Ayun tinatawag natin square of binomial. So what we are going to do as the first step to transform it in general form is to expand that square of binomial. So, paano ba tayo nag-square ng binomial? Natatandaan ba yung discussion ninyo ng grade 8 kayo? How to square a binomial? Una, square the first term. So, yung nasa loob ng parenthesis tayo, nasa raised to the second power. Una, square the first term. Second, twice the product of the first and the last term. Again, twice the product of the first and the second term or the last term. Then third, at square the last term. So yung three steps natin yun in order for us to square a binomial na natatandaan natin, na natatandaan nyo during your grade 8, ayun yung gagamitin nyo. So the first thing you're going to do is do square a binomial. So expand natin yung square binomial na makikita natin in a given vertex form of the quadratic function. Then R will follow. R stands for result should be simplified. So once we expand that square of binomial in your given vertex form, then you have to simplify now the given result. So that is we are going to isolate the equation now until it becomes general form of the quadratic function. So here, two steps lang, you can right away transform the vertex form of the quadratic function to its general form. So it's very simple na matatransform natin yung vertex form to general form of the quadratic function. So paano natin gagawin yun? So let's try that through examples. Let's have example number 1. Let's say we do have y is equal to x plus 5 quantity squared minus 2. So ang goal natin is to transform this vertex form of the quadratic function into the general form of it. So paano? So ang first step natin, sabi natin, do square a binomial. Ito yung tinatawag nating square of binomial. X plus 5 quantity squared. That is what we call square of binomial. Ano yung sinabi natin kanina? Paano tayo mag-expand ng square of binomial? Meron tayong 3 steps. Una, square the first term. So, ang first term mo ay x. So, square of it, that would be x squared. Then, twice. O sinabi mo twice, multiply that by 2. So, twice the product of the first and last term. Ang product nito ay 5 times x, which will be 5x. Times 2, because of the word twice, that would be 10x. Ayun yung middle term niya. Then, square the last term. The last term is 5, or the second term is 5. Square it. That will be 5 squared. It will be 25. So what will happen? It will become like this. So this x plus 5 quantity squared, when we expand it, it will be x squared plus 10x plus 25. So once we expanded it already, so mawawala na yung parenthesis na yun. Then we are just going to attach negative 2 or minus 2 in na nasa labas kanina. So bakit plus 2? Because 5 times x is 5x times 2, that will be positive 10x, kaya plus 10x tayo dito. Then bakit 25? Since we are squaring a number, even if your number is negative, once you square it, you will always come up with a positive answer. Then sabi nyo sa second step, result should be simplified. So kung titignan mo yung result niya, hindi pa siya simplified because we do have here two constant terms na kailangan pa natin combine para mapag-isa. So once you combine it, so that will be 25 minus 2 lang, will come up with y is equal to x squared plus 10x plus 23. And that equation of the quadratic function is already called as the general form, or is already in the general form of the quadratic function. So from this form of the equation, with the application of two steps to transform vertex form to general form, we come up with this general form of the quadratic function. So itong dalawan to, parehas lang yan. Ito yung general form, ito naman yung vertex form niya. So that's how we do it. So ganun natin siya ginagawa. All you have to do is to apply two steps, then we can transform that vertex form of the quadratic function into the general form of it. So did you get example number 1? So if not yet, so let's have example number 2. So example number 2, what we are here is y is equal to 3 times x minus 2 quantity squared plus 5. So again, ang goal natin here is to transform this given equation of this given vertex form of the quadratic function to the general form of it. So the first thing you are going to do is to square a binomial, or do square a binomial. So let us expand this binomial. Since yung 3 nasa labas, so we will not going to include that. So ito lang. So square the first term, that would be x squared. Tatlo yun, di ba? First term ay x squared. Then negative 2 times x, that would be negative 2x times 2 because of the word twice, that would be negative 4x. Then negative 2 squared, which is square the last term, that would be positive 4. So that it will become like this. So bakit naka-parenthesis pa rin yung ano natin? Because we do have 3 on the outside. Kasi sa given equation, vertex form ng quadratic function natin, meron siyang 3 doon. So, once we expand this, hindi pa na muna natin siya isasama. So still, naka-parenthesis pa rin dapat siya. Then simplify the result. So since this 3 is still outside of this trinomial, so we are going to make use of distributive property. That means we are going to multiply this term in any of the terms in the given trinomial. So once we do that, it will come up with 3 times x squared is 3x squared. 3 times negative 4x, it should be negative 12x. Then 3 times 4, that would be positive 12. Then attach plus 5. Saka mo pa lang ngayon is-simplify yun dito. Katulad dun sa first example natin. So once we simplify 12 plus 5 here, we'll end up to y is equal to 3x squared minus 12x plus 17. And this equation now is already in the general form of the quadratic function. Ibig sabihin, if we are going to translate y is equal to 3 times x minus 2 quantity squared plus 5 in general form, it will be y is equal to 3x squared minus 12x plus 17. So that's how we answer example number 2. So, para mas malinaw, let's try one more example. So let's have here example number 3. Example number 3, the given is y is equal to negative 1 times x minus 7 quantity squared plus 1/2. So, paano gagawin natin ulit? Do square a binomial. The square of binomial here is x minus 7 quantity squared. So, square the first term, that would be x squared. Then negative 7 times x, that would be negative 7x times 2, because twice the product. That would be negative 14x. Then negative 7 squared, that would be positive 49. So that will become y is equal to negative 1 times the quantity x squared minus 14x plus 49, then plus 1 half. Just like example number 2, that trinomial is still inside the parentheses because we still have to multiply it by negative 1 on the outside. Kapag ginawa natin yon, magiging negative 1 times x squared is negative x squared. Negative 14x times negative 1 is plus 14x. Then positive 49 times negative 1 is negative 49. Since i-attach natin yung 1 half, we decided to transform 49 in a fraction whose denominator is also 2 so that we can easily simplify this part. So mas madali kasi i-simplify kapag ang given fraction natin has the same denominator. So ginawa natin yung 49 in a fraction with the same denominator as 1 half. So that would be 2 times 49, you come up with 98. So that should be 98 over 2. So in that case, we are just now going to simplify this part. That's negative 98 plus 1. You are here adding unlike sign. So what we are going to do is to subtract it. So that would be 98 minus 1. That would be 97. Since 98 is negative, so it should be negative 97. Then copy the denominator 2. So we'll come up with y is equal to negative x squared plus 14x minus 97 over 2. So since 97 is not exactly divisible by 2, so we are already going to accept that as an answer to it. So we are not going to simplify, so we cannot anymore simplify it, so that will it be. So now, that equation that we form now is what we call now as the general form of the quadratic function. Bakit? Yung 97 over 2, pwede siya maging constant term kasi nasabi natin ang constant term dapat natin ay real numbers. That 97 over 2 is also a real number. Yung nga lang, it's a rational number. So it's a fraction. Even though it's a fraction, still we can consider that because still a constant term. So that when we transform y is equal to negative 1 times x minus 7 quantity squared plus 1 half into general form, that will be equal to, or that will be the same as y is equal to negative x squared plus 14x minus 97 over 2. So ibig sabihin, pag drop natin to, the graph opens downward because the value of a is 1. So that's how we answer example number 3. And that's also how we transform vertex form of the quadratic function to the general form of it. Is there any question? So let's proceed to our next topic. So, balik tayo doon sa steps natin na droga. So since we're through on transforming vertex form of the quadratic function to the general form of it, so let's proceed now on deriving quadratic function by table of values. So even though we have already discussed this, but those givens that we answered on our last topic about deriving quadratic function by table of values are that given table of values includes 0 on the values of x. But what if there is no 0 on the value of x? Kasi, diba, nung discuss natin yun, ayun yung clue natin para makapag-box tayo ng 3 numbers including the value of y, 1 value of y, 1 first difference, and 1 second difference. So, ang kailangan mo lang is to look for the value of y when x is 0. What if 0 is not present doon sa mga values of x natin on the table of values? So what are we going to do? So, ganito ang gagawin natin. There are two ways for us to do that para malaman natin or para makuha natin yung equation of the quadratic function in general form kapag ganun yung given table of values natin. So, sabi dito, O. O stands for, on the other hand, G. This follows with G. G stands for, get three ordered pairs, then substitute each to general form of quadratic function. Then apply solving systems of equation. So here, pag in-apply mo itong first method mo for you to transform or to get or derive the equation of the quadratic function given the table of values, sabi ko, kuha ka doon ng three ordered pairs, tatlong magkakatapat doon sa given table of values natin. Then sa substitute natin sa general form of the quadratic function, then we are going to apply systems of equation. Nga lang, if we are going to use this method on deriving the equation of the quadratic function, it will be time consuming. So medyo matagal na proseso. Kasi gagamit ka pa ng method of solving system of equation. So if in order for you to do it the easiest way, so you are going to use the other method. And that is A. The other method is, aside from that, you can also revise the table to find value of y when x is 0 by knowing the pattern. So, i-revise mo lang daw yung table. So, gagawa ka ng panibagong table na i-include mo na ngayon yung 0. Pero, you still have to find out for the value of y when x is 0. So, malalaman mo yon by simply knowing the pattern in a given table of values. Di ba? Ang ginagawa natin doon, we get up to the second difference. So by doing that, nalalaman natin yung pattern na dapat maging answer niya sa ganito. So doon pa lang, malalaman natin kung ano dapat na maging value ng y. So that's what we are going to apply here. Of course, if you are going to answer a certain math problem, syempre doon ka sa mas madaling way. So in the two ways or the two methods that we have presented, sa mas madali, i-revise na lang natin yung table of values in order for us to find out or to derive the equation of the quadratic function given the table of values. So paano yun? So let's try that or let's do that through an example. Or through examples rather. So let's have example number 1. So now we do have here a given table of values. So if you're going to look at or to analyze the given table of values here, so wala siyang 0 on the values of x. So ibig sabihin, wala tayong mababox na 3 numbers na ang goal natin is to find out first the value of y when x is 0. Since 0 is not present in the given table of values, so hahanapin ngayon natin. Sabi natin, i-revise yung table. Pero before we do that, let's find out first the pattern. So paano ba yung pattern? Let's find out the first and second difference. So 40 minus 29 is 11. 29 minus 20 is 9. 20 minus 13 is 7. 13 minus 8 is 5. Then 8 minus 5 is 3. So ang given table of values is showing quadratic function because ang second difference niyan pare-parehas na 2. So since walang 0, kapag ganito yung ginawa natin, wala tayong mababox sa 3 numbers. So instead, i-revise natin yung table. Gagawa tayo ng panibagong table na i-include na natin yung 0, just like this one. So looking at the values of x, so 0 is located before 1 on the number line. So that's why, pag nirevise natin yung table, dito natin ilalagay yung 0. Kailangan naka-arrange pa rin siya kung paano siya numbered on a number line. So yung 0 is to the left of 1. So we are going to find out for the value of this y here when x is 0. Paano natin kunin yun? We know the pattern. So ang pattern niya, 11, 9, 7, 5, 3. Dapat ang maging sagot dito ay 1 para maging difference niya ay 2. So what would be, what are you going to be subtracted on 5 to come up with an answer equal to 1? And that would be 4. So para maging sagot niya dito is 1, para maging difference ay 2, dapat 4 yung value ng y. So that when we apply it, when we get its first difference, should be 11, 9, 7, 5, 3, and 1. So that if we're going to find the second difference, so they will still be the same. The second difference niya ay pare-parehas 2. So kung pag ganun na, meron tayong mababox na 3 numbers. Ano yun? Doon tayo sa value ng y when x is 0. So that means we can box now the 3 numbers na 4, 1, and 2. Because those 3 numbers will help us on deriving the equation of the quadratic function with that given table of values. So sabi doon, unang natin for us to find out for the value of a, second difference divide by 2 is equal to 1. So the value of A is equal to 1. Next, to find for the value of B, first difference 1 minus the value of A. So that would be 1 minus 1 equals 0. The value of C is the value of Y when X is 0. So ito yon. So therefore, the value of C is 4. So having the value of A, B, and C, we can now come up with the equation of the quadratic function in general form. All you have to do is just simply substitute these values to the given the general form of the quadratic function. So we'll come up with y is equal to x squared plus 4. So since ang a mo is 1, so it should be x squared. So since ang b mo ay 0, so we do not have the linear term rather, then since c is positive, so it should be plus 4. So with this given table of values, ang equation of the quadratic function of this table of values is y is equal to x squared plus 4. So that's how we answer example number 1. So let's try now example number 2. Example number 2, we do have here a given, again, table of values. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, value ng x, values of x, then ito may values of y. But kung titignan mo, wala ulit 0. So para makuha mo yung may 0, let's find out first the pattern. So kuha natin first the second difference. Ang first difference niya, 17, 73 minus 50, 17, 13, 9, 5, 1, negative 3. Ano yung common difference nila? When you get the second difference, it should be 4. Dapat 4 yung difference kapag ng bawat first difference niya para maging second difference ay 4. Para masabi natin that the table of values is showing quadratic function. So sabi natin, i-revise natin. Sa 3 siya simula. Bago siya mag-0, dadaan muna sa 2, sa 1, bago yung 0. Pag i-revise natin yung table, magiging ganito. Yung 0, nasa left side. Yung 0 natin. So again, bago dumating sa 0, dadaan muna ng 2, ng 1, tsaka ng 0. So that means, you have to find out first the values of these 3. Yung sa 2, sa 1, tsaka sa 0. So alam natin na 17, 13, 9, 5, 4, negative 3. Ang sagot nun, pag minus natin ang bawat isa ay positive 4. So anong isa-subtract natin sa negative 3 para maging sagot ay positive 4? So it should be 38. Ano dapat maging sagot? Ano dapat ang maging sagot when we subtract that value of y when x is 3 para maging sagot ay negative 7. Para maging ang sagot, maging second difference niya ay 4. So that should be 38. Dapat negative 7. So kung negative 7 yung next, para maging ang sagot ay positive 4, it should be negative 11. So anong isa-subtract mo sa 38 para maging sagot ay negative 11. So, magiging mo lang, mag-add ka lang ng 11 on 38. So, that should be 49. So, you are going to subtract 49 on 38. So, that should be 38 minus 49. It should be negative 11. So, from negative 11, dapat na maging sagot ulit ay positive 4. So, it should be dapat negative 15 para maging sagot ay positive 4. So, you're just going to add 15 on 49. So, it should be magiging 64. So that 49 minus 64 is negative 15. So that when we get the first difference, it will be, hanggang dito yung negative 3 kanina, dapat ang maging sagot ay negative 7, kaya 38 yung value ng y when x is 2, then dapat maging sagot ay negative 11, so that dapat 49 yung y when x is 1, then dapat maging sagot ay negative 15. Yeah, that's why 64 yung y when x is 0. So that when we get its second difference, pare-parehas yan na 4. So, in that case, meron na tayong mababox na 3 numbers. Magsisimula tayo doon sa value ng y when x is 0. So, ito yon. So, we are going to box 3 numbers now. Those 3 numbers are 64, negative 15, and 4. With the help of those 3 numbers, we can now derive the equation of the quadratic function by finding first the values of a, b, and c. So for a, the second difference, divide by 2. So we do have 4 divided by 2, then it will be equal to 2. Then for the value of b, the first difference, that would be negative 15 minus the value of a. So it should be negative 15 minus 2, and it will be equal to negative 17. While the value of c, that is the value of y when x is 0, and that would be 64. So having the value of a na 2, the value of b na negative 17, and the value of c na 64, we can now derive the equation of the quadratic function. Just simply substitute these values to the general form of the quadratic function, and it will be equal to y is equal to 2x squared, ayun yung a, minus 17x, ayun yung b, then plus 64. So therefore, we can say that this table of values, if we're going to derive the equation of the quadratic function of it, it will be y is equal to 2x squared minus 17x plus 64. So hopefully, nakuha yung example number 2. So para mas maintindihan pa natin lalo, let's try example number 3. So example number 3, again, we do have here a given table of values. Now, values for x ay negative 7, negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1. Then, ito naman yung values of y. So, unang-una mong gagawin bago mo i-revise yung table is to find out first kung ano yung pattern natin. So, let's do getting the first and second difference. So, that would be negative 9 minus 12, that would be positive 3. Negative 12 minus 9 minus negative 9 is negative 3. Negative 9 minus 0 is negative 9. 0 minus negative minus 15 is negative 15. 15 minus 36 is negative 21. 36 minus 63 is negative 27. When you get the second difference, all of it, ang second difference nila ay 6. So 3 minus negative 3 is 6. Negative 3 minus negative 9 is 6. Negative 9 minus negative 15 is 6. Negative 15 minus negative 21 is 6. Negative 21 minus negative 27 is 6. Ngayon, pag-aralan mo ngayon, dapat 6 yung difference. Ngayon, tignan mo to. Yung values ng x natin pababa. So, kung saan mo matatagpuan yun? Yung 0 pag nirevise mo yung table. Yung 0 ngayon ay matatagpuan mo to the right of negative 1. Kasi 0 is greater than negative 1. So, on a number line, 0, matatagpo mo siya sa right ng negative 1. So, pag nirevise natin yung table, magiging ganito. So, nadagdagan natin ng 1 and 2, hindi ng 0 kasi, di ba, nag-box tayo ng 3 numbers. Even though, usually, hindi natin kailangan yon kasi pwede man tayo mag-box ng 3 numbers slanting to the right. Pero since sanay tayo mag-box ng 3 numbers slanting to the left, kaya mag-a-add pa tayo ng values ng x na 1 and 2. So, pag ginawa natin yon, dapat dito, ang maging sagot dapat, maging sagot ay 6, ay 9. 9 dapat to. So, anong isa-subtract mo sa 9 para maging sagot ay positive 9? Sa negative 9, para maging sagot ay positive 9. So, it should be 0. Because 0 minus negative 9 is positive 9. Then, if your x is 1, kung positive 9 ang sagot dito, sa 0 minus negative 9, para maging 6 yung second difference niya, dapat yung number na value ng y, pag sinubtract mo dito, ang sagot ay 15 kasi 9 na yun eh. So that should be 15 dapat minus 9 so that it will be equal to 6. So anong isa-subtract mo sa 0 para maging sagot ay 15? So it should be 15. Because 15 minus 0 is 15. Then for the value of x na 2, kung 15 yon, dapat ang sunod, ang sagot ay 21 para ang difference ay 6. So ano yung number na isa-subtract yung 15 para maging sagot ay 21? And that would be 36. So that when we get the first difference of that would be 21, 15, 9, 3, negative 3, negative 9, negative 15, negative 21, and negative 27. And all its second difference is equal to 6. So meron tayong mababox na 3 numbers. That is the value of y when x is 0. So yun. So we are going to box 3 numbers slanting to the left. So that would be the numbers 0, 15, and 6. So with the help of that, we can now find out for the values of a, b, and c for us to derive the equation of the quadratic function. The value of a, the second difference 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. Then for the value of b, the first difference 15 minus the value of a, that would be 12. So that would be 15 minus 3 is equal to 12. Then the value of c is the value of y when x is 0. So that would be 0. So with the help of these given values for a, b, and c, we can now derive the equation of the quadratic function, which is y is equal to 3x squared plus 12x. So, wala siyang constant term. It's because the constant term is 0. So that's why y is equal to 3x squared plus 12x, yung equation of the quadratic function of this given table of values. So that's how we derive the equation of the quadratic function with the given table of values na wala kang makikitang 0 on the values of x.